So here we're going to take a look at superheat and subcooling on a different unit. I have my liquid line, so I have my actual liquid line temperature clamp and my liquid pressure, which is going to convert to a saturated temperature. I have my actual suction line temperature with the temperature clamp, and my suction line is going to convert to a saturated temperature. So here it's a little different brand, but we still have these same numbers here. PSIG on the suction side, PSIG on the head side. It really doesn't mean anything to me. What this is doing is automatically giving me my evaporator temperature, 37, and my condensing temperature of 87. So if we go through our little menu, it'll tell me superheat and subcooling, and that's really what I need. Superheat is 33.9 and my subcooling is 14.7. Because this is a fixed orifice meter device, we're going to need a return air wet bulb. So what I've done is I've put another probe up in the return air of the inside unit. This is giving me the return air wet bulb live as we go. It's giving me all the temperatures really, but what I need is wet bulb temperature, 66.3. So I got my little chart here. Return air wet bulb, 66. So it's going to be somewhere along these numbers here. So now I need a cross reference of my outdoor ambient temperature. That's going to be regular degrees in Fahrenheit. So our outdoor temperature right now is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to find 70 degrees. So here's 70 degrees. We're going to bring this line all the way across. Oops. So my target superheat should be at 24 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's compare that to my actual superheat. So my actual superheat is 32 degrees of superheat. My target is at 24. So my superheat's too high. I have too much superheated vapor. That means I have a starved evaporator coil. So now let's take a look at our subcooling. Our outdoor temperature, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So I should have approximately 14 degrees of subcooling. So if we take a look at our subcooling is less than that. So we're looking at about 11 degrees of subcooling. So that means my condenser is slightly starved. So if we just quickly jot this down, we have high superheat, which equals a starved evaporator. We have low subcooling, which equals a starved condenser. We know that we're starved inside the house, we're starved outside the house. The system is low in refrigerant. We need to find the leak.